Today I'll show you how to make a USB-C cable that can power and charge your Yaesu FT-3D and FT-5D radios. It's super convenient since USB-C is everywhere now, in cars, laptops and chargers, so you can ditch the bulky power supply and use an USB-C port instead. Before coming up with this idea, I tried to buy a cable like this, but I couldn't find anything except for cables with step-up converters that boost 5 to 12 volts. These cables don't supply much current and are usually not very reliable, so I decided to make my own. All the links in the description. First, I found a cable with a high-quality 4mm connector that makes a distant click when you insert it, just like the original Yaesu cable. This cable provides 5 volts from any USB port, which is enough to power your radio since it works with any DC source between 4 to 16 volts. But there will be a power limitation for transmission. As you can see, only low 1 and low 2 power modes are available. The battery also won't charge. If that's enough for your needs, you can just use a cable like this. For charging, even 9 volts is not enough. It only starts when I switch to 12 volts. So let's make a cable that can charge and power your radio without any limitations. All you need is a USB-C connector with a PD trigger chip. This setup is also possible with a USB-A connector, but they're becoming obsolete and less common. This tiny chip on the board can trigger power delivery and quick charge protocols, switch on the charger from 5 to 9 or 12 volts. As you can see, the power bank provides 5 volts now, and once I plug the connector into the USB tester, it switches to 12 volts. Now let's do some soldering. I'll start by cutting off the USB connector, then attaching the USB-C housing and strain relief sleeve. Let's strip the wires, like so. Now I'll apply some high-purity Rosin Flux, great stuff, and tin both the wires and the solder pads. Just to be sure, let's check the connector's polarity. The outer ring contact should be negative, which corresponds to the black wire here. That's good enough. Now let's put everything together and seal it with glue. And there we go. It looks like a factory-made cable. Let's check the polarity and voltage one more time. Looks good, and we're getting 12 volts. Now let's test it on the radio. As you can see, the battery is charging now, and we're drawing about 400 milliamps. Let's turn it on. And if I go to the transmit power settings, you'll see that all power options are available now. And we can transmit on high power settings without any issues. If you connect this cable to a charger or port that doesn't support power delivery, we'll get 9 volts from quick charge. It won't charge the battery, but you can still transmit at max power. As you can see, we're drawing almost 2 amps now. If you're using an older charger that only provides 5 volts, then your radio will operate with power limitations. So I hope it was helpful and thank you for watching.